Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. What I'm about to share with you didn't happen in front of cameras. There were no press conferences, no media coverage, just a discreet high-level gathering held behind closed doors. Only a small circle of elite U.S. financial executives, trusted aides, and the President of the United States himself, Donald J. Trump, were in attendance. What was initially intended to be a private strategic session has since emerged as the source of one of the most groundbreaking financial developments in recent history. According to multiple confirmed leaks, President Trump convened a classified meeting with senior leadership from major financial institutions, including J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, HSBC, and Bank of America, among others. The subject of this secretive summit wasn't just another regulatory matter or policy review. It was something far more impactful: the immediate revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and the Vietnamese Dong, VND. This meeting marked more than a financial strategy discussion. It was described by those present as a war room-level operation. Every detail pointed toward a meticulously planned global currency reset that has been in development behind the scenes for years. Until now, this strategy had never been acknowledged publicly. But the time for speculation appears to be over. That long-awaited shift is now only hours away, with enormous consequences for global markets and individual currency holders alike. Sources from within at least two of the banks confirmed that Trump took the lead during the meeting. He introduced what he described as a plan for the financial restoration of the American people, built on the foundation of reevaluating the IQD. But it wasn't just about raising the value of currency. It was about much more than that. Trump emphasized that these revaluations weren't only financial corrections. They were symbolic reversals, efforts to take back economic power from centralized elite institutions and return it to everyday citizens. Witnesses described a tense but focused environment. At one point, Trump reportedly laid out the bank's final paperwork, documents outlining a full redemption structure, rate projections, rollout timelines, and legal safeguards for participants in the exchange. According to a key insider who was present, Trump turned to the group and said, "This is the thing we're doing now. This is the moment when the world reverts to normal." That single statement reportedly triggered an immediate response from financial institutions across the U.S. and internationally. The reality of what had been quietly discussed for years was suddenly set in motion. Final redemption procedures were quickly distributed to Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks. Security protocols were activated at a number of designated domestic and international redemption centers. According to insiders, several major banks began overnight reprogramming of their currency systems, running around-the-clock updates to prepare for the coming changes. The handling of IQD and VND was placed under strict non-disclosure agreements. For those who've tracked the developments of these currencies for years, especially in online groups and forums, this moment represents the culmination of a decade of speculation, preparation, and belief. What makes it different now is the level of activity taking place behind the curtain. We're no longer dealing with whispers or rumors. Live bank platforms are now fully activated. Exchange portals are being prepped, and documents from the meeting suggest new rates are about to go live at any moment. According to those materials, the projected rate for the Iraqi Dinar is between $3.91 and $5.42 per unit. The Vietnamese Dong, long overshadowed by regional economic controls, is projected to come in between 47 cents and 71 cents per unit. These are preliminary ranges, and the final rates will adjust based on real-time market activity and the managed float system. But these figures were included in the internal paperwork shared at the meeting, giving a rare and direct glimpse into what's coming. Trump's presence and leadership in this process signal that this is not some rogue financial operation or speculative fringe movement. This is a nationally coordinated financial reform backed by the U.S. government. It's reportedly been authorized by the Oval Office, the Treasury Department, and the IRS. As a part of this coordinated rollout, the administration has implemented a 90-day capital gains exclusion on all monetary transactions related to early redemptions. That means individuals exchanging dinar or dong during the first 3 months of revaluation will not pay taxes on their profits. They'll receive the full value tax-free, a major incentive for early participation. But the plan doesn't stop there. Trump's financial reset includes a tiered redemption model. Tier 1 includes veterans, independent contractors, and other early access groups who will be given priority for private redemption appointments. Tier 2 will include the broader public with structured payout options tailored to volume and intent. Tier 3 will be reserved for large institutional holders, investment groups, and international entities. To ensure this process is executed with integrity, over 300 trained exchange officers have been deployed across critical locations in the United States and abroad. Their role is to confirm the authenticity of currency, ensure proper documentation, and oversee compliance. AI systems and drone surveillance have also been deployed to monitor for fraud and maintain transparency. The Treasury Department's internal guidelines stress one key rule. The first 72 hours of redemptions must be handled with full honesty and legal compliance. Internationally, banking branches in Singapore, the Middle East, and Europe have been placed on alert. Staff have been instructed to monitor any changes in currency rates and report anomalies immediately. These are not standard operating procedures. They are emergency-level protocols implemented in response to what many are now calling a historic monetary shift. One senior figure in the banking world reportedly quoted Trump's team directly, saying, "This is not simply a reassessment. This is a resurrection. We are bringing suppressed economies back to life and allowing the public, not the establishment, to benefit first." The broader goal behind this revaluation effort is part of Trump's overarching push for what insiders have begun referring to as monetary sovereignty. The idea is to move away from centralized fiat currencies and unelected financial control by entities like the IMF and World Bank. Instead, the administration is embracing asset-backed currencies, including oil-backed and gold-linked digital reserves, all verified and monitored via a blockchain-style ledger system. Iraq's vast oil reserves, worth trillions, and Vietnam's expanding industrial base are the twin engines of this currency reset. Independent auditors, including global firms like PwC, have spent months working with both countries to verify economic assets and confirm compliance with international currency standards. Those audit reports are now complete, and according to leaked information, were shown during the meeting as evidence that the revaluation is not only credible, it's overdue. Since the story broke, social media has exploded. Telegram channels dedicated to foreign currencies are buzzing with leaked documents, exchange center memos, and private screenshots showing the IQD and VND under active rate review. A monetary analyst who's followed the revaluation story for over a decade went live just hours after the meeting. His conclusion was simple but powerful. This is it. All signs point to one thing. This is the financial shift we've all been waiting for. If these rates move forward as planned, it will result in the overnight creation of thousands, if not tens of thousands, of new millionaires. People will use the gains to clear debts, buy homes, support their families, fund causes, and begin living lives that were previously out of reach. Some will invest. Others will build. Many will finally breathe. Banks are operating under the highest level of internal scrutiny. Communication systems are overloaded with updates, and call centers are preparing for a rush of last-minute inquiries. Even the Federal Reserve has issued what are known as currency movement alerts to key partner banks, signaling the need for increased liquidity and preparedness around foreign currencies. But perhaps the most important piece of information, the one you need to act on, is this. Once the rates go live, there will be a short window for Tier 1 redemptions. Public access may not include the same incentives, and structured payout models may change as demand surges. Insiders are urging holders of IQD or VND to take the final steps now. Verify your holdings. Ensure you qualify for Tier 1 if possible. Identify local redemption centers. Prepare your receipts and identification. Stay updated with your bank and keep an eye on the Treasury's official communication portal. President Trump is expected to appear on national television in the next 24 hours. While he may not mention the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong by name, sources close to the operation say he will reference a major financial turning point, something that will restore America's independence on a monetary level. This may serve as the soft launch of the public phase of revaluation. The question is no longer if, it's when. The infrastructure is ready. The banking systems are live. The audits have been completed. And the president has given the green light. Stay alert. Stay informed. This may be the moment history remembers as the reset that changed everything.